Welcome back to Plummer Football Channel. If you're a fan of football, drama, and the unexpected twists that come with it, you're in for a treat. In today's video, we're diving deeper into a pivotal moment that unfolded between Coach Warren Sapp and Coach Prime prior to a historic tenureship as head coach of Jackson State University. Coach Sapp, being a trusted friend, reminded Coach Prime that to be taken seriously in the realm of recruiting, he would be better served to have his sons with him. This way, Coach Prime could convincingly persuade the parents of talented athletes to trust in him and send their children to Jackson State. This crucial advice not only solidified the bond between Coach Sapp and Coach Prime, but also highlighted why Coach Sapp would inevitably stand by Coach Prime's side in the competitive world of coaching. The intrigue of this interaction between two Hall of Famers became the source of our channel's first and hopefully many more viral videos. Thanks to DCP Entertainment, the immense interest surrounding Coach Prime, his impact on HBCUs, and the controversies surrounding why he left for Colorado. The comments received expressed intense opinions ranging from approval to disbelief, and even some local insight to the bigger picture. Today, we're featuring a variety of these thought-provoking comments from our viewers who shared their unique perspectives. Please note that some of the comments have been edited for grammatical errors, although without changing the meaning. Also, don't forget to check out our exclusive merchandise at plummerfootball.com. Our merch reflects a way of life for those who strive for excellence on and off the field. The link is in the description below. Grab your favorite gear and support the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. This is Plummer Football. Give it everything.
Now I see why Coach Prime fought so hard to bring Warren Sapp on board as a coach at CU. We're so lucky to have you, Coach Sapp. You need friends like this to give you good wisdom. What a smart move. This is why it's important to have smart, caring people in your life. That's how you know the friendship is real. He didn't hesitate to get that dose of reality in him real quick to slow him down. Forward thinking at its best. Jackson State would be the center of college football, and all HBCUs would have astronomical enrollment if only a few people were able to see the big picture. The top guys would have been going to HBCUs instead of these Power 4 schools. HBCUs are not going to ever get the contracts the networks are giving the SEC. So you honestly think the country wouldn't be tuned in to watch not one, but two of the best players in college football if they were still at JSU? Yeah, right, they've already done it. Within 1 year, JSU's games were being televised on ESPN, which was unheard of. Just admit that you wouldn't want the top recruits, which the majority happen to be African American, going to HBCUs. Too bad they were doing bad business with Prime. Look at Colorado. They gave Prime hella acres along with millions. That fact that he's built that type of trust with his kids. Look at how that's worked out for everyone involved. Sapp is definitely a running mate and brother to keep around. That was some sound objective advice. The biggest fumble in Jackson State school history. It was not a sudden exit, as Coach Prime told the AD that he could only guarantee being at JSU for 2 to 3 years. The bigger issue is the positions in the state of Mississippi, as they are responsible for the water crises because they refuse to use the federal money given to them to maintain the water plant. This is why the state NAACP filed a lawsuit against the state and what led to the federal government taking over of the water plant. The only way Coach Prime would have stayed with JSU is if they had made the move to FBS and the president was replaced. The management of the stadium leadership has been changed because from what I understand, there were a lot of homeboy hookups with people getting into the game for free. This is why you could have a sellout, but paid attendance is not a sellout. Coach is a father, period. Y'all can hate all y'all want, he putting his kids in position. True fatherhood. Many complain about black fathers not being in the life of their children for different reasons, and when one has a plan for his sons, he's criticized. Make it make sense. Friends, everyone should have them. Good looking out, Coach Sapp. And much respect to you both because you are who and what you're coaching and say you are. It shows up in your success. He would have been there longer if they hadn't messed over his gate earning. It was like they stole from him, and they did. Now he can give his staff a great income without a doubt. No one talks about how much they stole from Prime. That was one of his main reasons for leaving. That same one in charge there got let go for improper behavior with the students and got one pregnant. Yeah, it was really good what Dion did at Jackson State, but look at how all those other coaches were jealous and hating. I would have left too. They even accused him of not being SWAC, wouldn't even shake his hand. Sometimes we are our own biggest enemy. Jealousy amongst us is one of our biggest downfalls. They robbed him at Jackson State. He rebuilt their stadium and they are still getting all the sponsors from his friends. Dress suits from Michael Strahan, the cleats from one of his friends, every game new. Coach Prime pay would be every game over 20,000 in the stand. He will get a percentage of every ticket after that. He'd been getting 60k to 80k at the games, and they making excuses and don't pay. But because he didn't want people to get on the people at Jackson State, he just kept his mouth shut because people would have gotten so upset that they would go kill someone. Imagine people were mad with Prime to leave. How do you think those people would have felt if he had told them what happened? Think about that. Bottom line, Jackson State never saw that type of money coming in. Our people always get greedy. Y'all was dealing with an NFL gold jacket. As a head coach, y'all think he don't know numbers, and he the one gave y'all the game on how to make money and gave y'all the plug on the endorsements for Jackson State. So I don't blame him for wanting out. It'd be your own people at times. That's why we don't own anything. I am from Mississippi. I've been living in Colorado now for 15 years. Jackson State has a storied history. Deion was lucky to have coached there, and as far as Warren Sapp, this man holds no credibility. Hall of Fame. What's the assistant job making $150,000 a year? Blew 50 million career earnings. He needs to shut up. The president there disrespected him as well as others taking Prime for granted. With all said and done, he left the program in great shape, and the program put him in a great position. Great exchange. You know us small-town black folks in Mississippi and surrounding areas take pride in having our own institutions. Sanders would be hard-pressed to find a better HBCU to give the opportunity that JSU gave him. JSU's legacy stands on its own. Deion always wanted to coach at a PWI. He interviewed for an FSU and Arkansas job around a year or two before JSU. AD Ashley Robinson called Arkansas, and they told him that he didn't have head coaching experience, and plus, he didn't have a college degree. After JSU called and offered, Ashley Robinson told Deion that he can get a degree at Talladega College. So Deion took the JSU job to prove himself. He was never staying at JSU. JSU was the only university that would give him a chance. He was so great in sports that people overlooked and underestimated who he was. I just don't know how you fumble that bag. This does not fit the narrative that there are no good black fathers. Make me wonder, who wrote that narrative and why? Okay, outside of sports and academia, the bigger picture and the only picture was to get our children to go to our school, to help us and help our culture, to improve and thrive, because nothing in entertainment is successful without us, and without us being supported and paid fairly. But hey, keep the tunnel vision. Wherever he went, he would have had the same amount of success. Yes, the bigger schools offer more talent and all the things come with it. Keep in mind, till this day, they are gatekeepers still roadblocking him at all levels. I'm proud of him either way. I just would have liked it to be in-house with us, but even within us, people hated on him. Ego is the worst thing ever about humans. Makes sense. If it's good enough for your kid, it's more believable when you are trying to get a player to come be a part of your program. The whole point of these top recruits committing is to get a chance to prove themselves to scouts. Players would be getting drafted from HBCU if Deion stayed. Time from Jackson, and greedy people were lining their pockets with money Prime was owed. The people and city were for Prime. He left a good blueprint, and Coach TC is carrying that torch pretty well. Thanks Coach Prime for evening the playing field and breaking up the good old boy network. He is his father. He raised Shedeur. The genes come from him. He taught him good morals and character. He built and molded him. I give credit to Shedeur for receiving the training.
That's a wrap for today's video. We hope you enjoyed diving deeper into the fascinating story behind Coach Prime and Coach Warren Sapp. Remember, it was your engagement and insightful comments on our previous video that made this deep dive possible. A huge thank you to everyone who left valuable contributions by commenting. We appreciate your thoughts, perspectives, and the lively discussions you've sparked. By showcasing your usernames, we aim to give credit where it's due and build a stronger community here on Plummer Football Channel. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss our next video, where we'll continue to cover the impact of Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes football team. So until next time, as always, give it everything.